Welcome back to Across the Board. Our guest this week, trainer Mike Van Pender, Peter Lurie, Millie Ball, and of course the aforementioned Mr. Pender. 2012, you've really set some high goals for yourself with what you've accomplished this year. What are you expecting out of 2012?
Oh, you know, I don't want to jinx myself. I'm very superstitious. I just hope these horses continue to stay sound, and you know as well as I do, they're one wrong step away from a career-ending type of injury, and I just hope that they stay sound and we can keep them going and keep them going in this right direction.
Mike, I'm very interested in a Fleet Alex colt that you and BJ and also Cunningham Stables purchased. He on the video I saw him at hip number 47. He has the most incredible walk, and I scored him. I mean, he looked fantastic. Right. What are the future plans for him? Where is he now? And you know, what can we expect?
Wow, I didn't expect this question. I agree with you. He's got a beautiful walk, and we typically don't buy yearlings. You know, we're more focused, at least Mr. Wright and I are focused on 2-year-olds, so we're stepping a little bit out of our boundaries. However, having said that, he did have such an incredible walk and a great overstep, and he looked like the type of individual that's going to grow into his frame and really be a looker at some point. So he's down at Specialty Thoroughbreds with Rick Taylor, who we send all of our horses to. He was instrumental in turning out Geronimo and Polonius and giving them the time off, and Rick has been just absolutely outstanding. His horsemanship skills have really helped us along, but he's down there just resting up, getting ready.
I'm super excited to see him on the track. Now, he came out of the Barrett cell. You have another horse, Boat Trip, who's run a couple of times, improved hugely his second start. He looks like he's, with experience, he's really improving leaps and bounds. What's the latest on Boat Trip?
Well, we obviously have high hopes for him. We went down to the OBS April sale, went a little bit outside of our budget and spent $100,000. Mm-hmm. And he's really coming around, and we're looking forward to stretching him out on the 29th of this month, and right here at Santa Anita, going a mile. And he got a little bit headstrong, was pulling just a hair in that sprint with the blinkers on. We may take those blinkers off and try and get him to relax. Obviously, Mr. Wright, his goal is to win a Kentucky Derby, and we go to the sale with that in mind. So, like I said, we still have a lot of goals that have not yet been attained.
Michael, the world of a trainer has got to be one of the more brutal in the racing industry. It's not always good. In fact, a lot of times it's thankless. Mm-hmm. Luckily for you, you've got a strong family behind you. How special is it to have them with you?
It's absolutely special. I mean, I know my parents are out there watching this right now, and like I said, if they didn't give me the green light to go and do whatever I wanted to do in life, and I wouldn't be here either. You know, I'm so lucky to wake up in the morning and work outdoors, be able to walk into a barn with 20 head looking back at me and wanting to go out there and train. And my family has just been instrumental in everything we've done.
You think about it as a wife of a trainer, you probably never get to see your husband leave the bed in the morning because it's always at dark 30, and your kids don't get to see you before they go off to school. So it's a lot of sacrifices. What do you do in turn to sort of make up for that in family life?
Mm-hmm. We try to get away, and my owners are great about it. Every time I call Mr. Wright and say, hey, I'm taking off for a couple days, he says, go ahead and do it, and never get any grief from him about it. So, knock on wood, we've kept a nice little balance.
Mm-hmm. You're expanding, I would say, the barn a bit. We've been talking about B.J. Wright. Millie mentioned Mr. Cunningham, who, by the way, is here, a snowboarder, as it were. Where do you see 2012 as far as ownership stretching out? Are you going to stay with the small group of owners, or do you think you're going to kind of open up a little bit?
You know, I'm going to go wherever the road dictates. If there's offers out there to go and buy some more horses, I would prefer to do that. If you look at my numbers, percentage-wise, it's very strong in the 2-year-old category. It's very strong on the turf, graded stakes, obviously. My numbers aren't as strong in the claiming, and that's what I got started with, and I would like to prove that I can fill in those gaps as well. So we'll go wherever the road takes us. The Cunninghams have afforded us the opportunity to buy some really nice horses here that are coming up through the ranks. And again, BJ seems locked and loaded to go back to the 2-year-old sales.
You have a good reputation for putting together these partnerships and them working out well. As a trainer looking for new stock, like where do you go to find these new connections? How do you advertise yourself? That's
a very good question, Millie, because ever since I won these last 4 graded stakes, it seems like I'm getting a little bit more visibility with especially new owners who have never been introduced to horse racing. And I found that it's almost my priority to introduce these new owners to the game because, as you know, we're suffering a little bit here in California. And if we can get the prices down and get the vets to stop charging so much and get the cost of the feed down, it will become more affordable for us to present the horse racing game to this new generation of people who want to get in.
Well, Mike, if I was going to give you a grade, and far beyond me to do it, but if I was going to give you a grade for your first 5 years, I'd say A+.
All right.
It is our pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much for being with us. Continued success, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
All right. We want to thank everyone at the Derby, our partners here on Across the Board. And remember, after the races, go and check them out at the Derby for some good food. For everyone here at Across the Board, Millie Ball, myself, Peter Lurie, and our guest this week, trainer Mike Van Pender. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll see you next time.